The Canadian Card Collector here, and welcome back to day 137 of your daily deck review. And the deck that we're taking a look at today is the Zebra King Slayers from Illusionist. So, with no further ado, let's take a look and see what we get. Here we have the Zebra King Slayers from Illusionist here, in like a matte, kind of like semi-gloss kind of finished tuck box here, because it's still slightly shiny, but not like fully matte here, so it's like a semi kind of like gloss, kind of like a satin type of tuck box here. You got King Slayers, you got the sword there, and then playing cards down here in black and white font here, and then the obvious thing you can see a zebra pattern throughout the whole tuck box here. On the side you got more of that zebra pattern. Same thing on the other side, more zebra pattern there. On the bottom you got the Illusionist logo there, and then these were made by the Illusionist Playing Card Company and manufactured in Belgium. Then you got a barcode over there. On the back, it's kind of hard to see, but you got a sneak peek of the back design here. On the top, it says King Slayers there. On the inside tuck flap, you got more of that zebra pattern there. And then it says Topple the Master there in black and white font there. On the inner tuck flap, you just got more of that zebra pattern there. If we take the cards out of the box, on the inside of the tuck box here, it's just plain white. Nothing too crazy going on inside there. Now that we took a look at this very zebra style tuck box, time to take a look at the cards. And first we'll start with the back design here. Here we have, I don't think it's a mirrored back design. It's just, it's not a mirrored back design. But you got the one-way back design here with the standard white border going around. And then you got the two swords there on the other side. They're mirrored, but the zebra print does not look mirrored, so it's not mirrored there. So if I flip it around, the pattern is slightly off, because like you can see like the different lines here are different. So it is a one-way back design, but you can hardly notice. You wouldn't really notice unless you took like a good look at it. But now seeing the back design, time to take a look at the cards you get with the deck. And here we start with the first Joker here. These don't say Joker on them, but you got the two swords there, and they're like overlapping each other there, and making an X shape there. And then kind of got that like metal clinking, kind of like little sparks going off it. And then the swords themselves have a zebra pattern on the blade there. And then for the second Joker here, you got the two swords once again, where instead of the X shape, they got like a straight line shape there, where the ends of them are like meeting there. And they also got that kind of like metal kind of touching like sparks there. And the swords once again have that zebra pattern there for the blade. And then for the custom Ace of Spades here, it says King Slayers there. Then you got the king there, inside the spade there, with the sword going through him. Then it says the Illusionist Playing Card Company, printed in Belgium there. And then for the rest of the cards here, you pretty much got like a standard like spade shape there, as you can see for like a little pip there in the corner. But these ones are slightly custom. They look the same shape, just they got the zebra pattern inside of them there. And that zebra pattern goes throughout the rest of the spades there. And the pips are slightly smaller. And then we got the quick cards here, Jack, Queen, and King of Spades here. There's pretty standard like design for the quick cards here. They're in a black and white colorway, and they have like that zebra pattern, as you can see, like their like bodies have like the zebra pattern going through it. So they're like pretty standard like faces and like the design, but they got that zebra pattern going through them, and they're black and white. And then the diamonds here are pretty much like a standard diamond pip there, with that like red zebra pattern going through them there. And they got that throughout the rest of the diamonds. And the core cards once again, they're in that black and white colorway there. And they're pretty standard core cards once again. They just got that zebra pattern throughout, like their like outfits there, like their bodies there. And the same thing with the clubs here. The club pips have that zebra pattern once again, the standard club shape. And the core cards, Jack, Queen, and King of clubs here. are pretty standard quick cards. And they're in the black and white colorway with that zebra pattern going through them once again. And the rest of the clubs here have that zebra pattern going through it once again. And then for the hearts here, you got that red zebra pattern going throughout the hearts. And then the Jack, Queen, and King of hearts here. Pretty standard quick card once again in the black and white colorway with the zebra pattern going through them. And then the rest of the hearts here have just that red zebra pattern going through it. And then for the last two cards here, you got an extra Queen of Hearts. And then you got a double backer of the back design. And now that we've seen the cards here, time to test the handling. And first we'll start with the springs, the spring ability of the cards. And right off the bat for that first spring, they feel nice and springy. Like they're nice and easy to bend. They're not an overly stiff deck of cards here. They're slightly softer and like smooth, kind of like spring there. It's a bit like this. It's a bit like slower of a spring. They're not as like fast as like a nice stiffer and like clickier deck. But they're still nice to spring and they feel nice because they're printed in Belgium, so they got that like different finish, as you can see, kind of like with the card here in the light. You can see that kind of like pattern kind of ingrained, like weaved into the card there. But the springs are nice and smooth and consistent. Now onto the fans. As you can see, they spread nice and evenly here. You can see all the different pips and numbers here. There's no stickiness or clumpiness to them. And they're pretty consistent like every time. Now on to the Pharaoh. A pretty smooth Pharaoh there. No real issues there. There's a little bit like, they kind of like stuck together for like a split second. But they weaved and interlocked nice and evenly there. No real issues. Now for the time for the giant fan of the back design. Now time for that reverse Pharaoh. And as you can see, the reverse Pharaoh is not as smooth. I kind of had to like slightly push it together. But they interlocked and weaved nice and evenly there, once again. Now time for the giant fan of the faces. Now time for the riffle shuffle or bridge shuffle. Well, the riffle shuffles and bridge shuffles are pretty like smooth and consistent. Other than if you like mess it up a little bit. They're not like overly clumpy, which is nice. Like they're a softer like feel and like touch to the cards, so they're not like super like clicky to them. They don't get like the speed to it. It's more like stiffer cards. But they're still nice and soft and like smooth to riffle. As long as you don't like mess it up. As you can see, I did a few times. like that, like where they don't like weave together. I'm gonna get a consistent interlock of the cards to get a good bridge there. But other than that, they're not too bad. Now time for a few packet cuts. Whoops. That's not what I meant to do. Other than that little mix-up that I did to drop the cards, the packet cuts are pretty smooth. Now time for the one-handed cut, or Australia cut. And now on to the dribble. You got that kind of like a lighter feeling dribble there, because they're like the thinner cards here. I prefer like the more stiffer cards when it comes to dribbles, because they just more control on them. When you flip the cards over like this, they got a little bit more like feel to it. Like they're slightly more stiffer to them. But overall, they're still pretty smooth. So I don't see any real issues with the dribbles. Now on to the spread fan. And lastly, spread the cards on the table. Well, I'm gonna say Illusionist has made a pretty good looking deck here. It's a little different deck here with a zebra print, a different kind of style deck. So if you're into zebra or animal print, this would be a deck for you to pick up. But if you're not, then they got a bunch of other colors of the King Slayers that you can choose from. This is like the most wild one out of all the bunch. But anyways, they handle fantastic, and they don't look half bad. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed. This has been day 137 of your daily deck review. This has been the Zebra Kingslayer playing cards from Illusionist, and I'm the Canadian Card Collector, signing out. That's the video. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.